Hello, and welcome back to another Let's Draw. I didn't do any commentary for the first one, but today we're going to be drawing the Cremator, which is one of the other characters from the secret game project that we're working on. And yeah, here we can have a look at the lines, and I'm just filling in the inks at the moment. Yeah, I don't usually record doing the pencils and stuff because that generally takes an extraordinary amount of time because I'm trying to get the feel of the character down, and I'll start and stop like several different types of lines and pencils and stuff, because if I don't like something, it's better to just start from scratch sometimes. There we go, filling in the beads there. That was a pain in the butt. Pain in the butt butt. And yeah. I've never really done any commentary for like a let's draw sort of thing, because generally when I do commentary for like video games and stuff, I'm doing it at the same time as I'm playing. But since I'm speeding this up to about, well, here's about 600. I think when I'm doing the backgrounds, I speed it up to about 1,000. Generally because you don't want to be sitting there for an hour watching a dude draw, do you? That'd be boring. Be a pain in the butt. Now the Cremator's got a skull as part of her character design, because the Cremators are part of the priest like social group sort of thing. So they take care of the dead. They make sure that all the karma people, when they die, their bodies are taken back to the volcano that they worship, and disposed of properly and sent back to the spirit world and stuff. And that's also why she's got a snake on it. I wanted to incorporate some sort of animal into the design, because in a lot of Pacific Island cultures, animals are a very important part, and they represent different things. So I went with a snake for this fictional South Pacific culture as their animal that symbolizes death and stuff like that. I made a mistake there, so I had to cut out that right arm and move it down. So now she's got you're not going to be able to unsee this, but she's actually got a really long right arm, which is a bit of a pain in the ass now that I see it now. Yeah. And what I do there is I take the lines that I've done and I just path them just to give them a nice little, smooth them out a little bit. And here we go with colors. Now with the colors, I actually did another design for the Cremator before, like an earlier beta design, and I wasn't really happy with it. I wanted to go back and do it. It was kind of a lazy design as well. So, but I'm using the same colors except for that red there for the snake. So the snake's kind of like a fire snake, like a snake that lives in volcanoes and stuff like that. And so the Cremators will, when they kill them and use their skins, I guess. I guess, yeah, so obviously it's red because it swims in the magma. And there's staff there. The beads and the staff are made of red glass, which is a material that the Karma use. Kind of like, I guess it's kind of really similar to like obsidian in like the Elder Scrolls games. It's extremely tough material because it's obviously a magic volcano. Yeah, and the way the world kind of works is that things that are worshipped and stuff like that, they get mana from the people that worship them. So obviously the volcano is very powerful because lots of people worship at this volcano, and they really like the volcano. I feel. So here we are in the shading process. We're just adding some layers and getting the shading down right. I'm actually terrible at shading because I'm very lazy, and that's just a little bit of accents there to the actual shading process, just so that we can get the. I mean, generally, what you should do is when you've got your lighting down, then you should apply your shading to the flats. But I had a general idea of where I wanted the light source to be, so. So I went with that. Yeah, just some highlights to the red glass beads, stuff like that. I use a lot of layers. I really do. Oh, that was me changing the color of the snake because it was such a full red. It was very hard to get shadows and stuff done on it, especially when you use multiple layers, because the reds don't blend very well if it's a solid color. And just some more shading because it's gonna be a very dark piece. So Oh, there we go. There's the secret to my success. Shitload of textures. That's just some snake skin texture that I found, and added that to the snake in the beginning. And here we go with the background. I super sped this up because I'm really bad at backgrounds. I don't want people to see my shitty background process. But yeah, it's just I did some rocks in the foreground, and then there's gonna be like a little lava lake in the background, and just a big rock. It's not the most awe-inspiring background, I feel. But hey, at least I'm trying to draw my own now, I guess. I would usually just take a photo and Photoshop the shit out of it to get the kind of image that I want, but I feel like I should be working on my backgrounds a bit more. And there we go, there's a little lava lake, just adding some light and shadow and filling around with the background there. Texturizing the rocks, making sure the plane is right for the bottom there. Yeah, it's using the same texture, but erasing some of the bits just to make sure it's big enough and it doesn't get super pixely. And then pop the character in, and then we start lighting it, I think is what we're going to do. There's a little bit of shadow down there for the feet, because, you know, people cast shadows, that's what they do. And now is the time where I gouge and blur the shit out of everything. So it's the foreground, background, and I think what I did there was I blurred the background, but then I like erased some of the background as well so that it wasn't super blurry everywhere. And that is the one of the tribal features of the Karma. They have this red ink on their faces and tattoos that are made from petals of the lava bloom plant, I think it's called, and it grows on the slopes of the volcano, so it's kind of magical as well. It's just a really cool world. That's just a layer of super color saturation just to make the colors pop a little bit more. I think it's set to about 30 or 20%, so it doesn't make that big of a difference in the overall run, but it does just gives you a nice base to work off of when you're fiddling around with the colors. And then I decided to add a little bit of fire to its staff, because I think that was missing. I could have just had the staff there on its own, but it might have been a bit of a boring like, piece of the piece. And yeah, there we go. Just adding some more highlights, like the light coming off of the lava and hitting the character and stuff like that. More shadows, more accents. Good times. Ooh, I forgot I did that. And yeah, just a crap load of orange colors just to bring it up, and some embers floating around in the cave. And we just add that. I'm not sure. I think that's called a vignette. I think that's what that's called. I don't know. I'm not classically trained on what the hell that is, but I like the look of it. And we just added the texture to the whole thing because I was missing some textures in some parts of it. But it's one of my lighter textured like layers. It's about 20 or 10% or something. And yeah, adding some more highlights to the glass beads because I want them to pop a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, that looks really good. And a lot of shading on this character. Now that is that's a color burn brush, just to throw off some of the colors a little bit. So otherwise, it looks really flat. We don't want that. And yeah, I think we're almost done. Yeah, just a few more shadows and accents to the background. A little bit more lighting on it just to brighten up some areas that got really dark in, and the background a bit more too, make it a bit more interesting. And I'm actually not sure why I did that. It's just like a stripe of orange across the middle, but I thought it might look cool, so I left it in. And add the sig, and we're done. Yeah, that is the that is how to draw the Cremator. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to know more about War of Islands, you should probably check out our Facebook page. We're posting a lot of stuff on there soonish. So yeah, have a great day. Thank you for watching.